To make this very long. The title of this video is a quick vlog update, and I'm calling it Understanding Cryptocurrency. And I'll get into that in a minute, but first I just wanted to show you what my Excel graph looks like for the new marijuana stocks that I purchased 10,000 shares in. This is an export to Excel from my Scottrade portfolio, or at least one of my portfolios. I believe this one's called Share Builder. That's what it's saved as right there, Share Builder. So anyway, these are the symbols that in my last video I suggested that you look into. 10,000 shares of 11 different stocks. I think I had a 12th, but I didn't have a code for it right away, so I don't think I added that one on here. But in my last video, you'll probably see it. These are all weed stocks. Now, once again, anybody who has tried to invest in marijuana before, you would know that there's a lot of, volatility in weed stocks. Now, the reason why there's a lot of volatility is you have to remember marijuana, for the most part, has been illegal in the majority of states, the majority of U.S. provinces and whatnot. It's illegal. Now, they are slowly but surely, they're making it legal for recreational use very slowly, and they're also making it more legal for medical use. But here's the problem. Even though it would be so easy for us to grow our marijuana right in our backyards or right in our closets, because you can actually grow marijuana in your closet if you have bubble ponics, for instance. They actually have a growth system called bubble ponics where you can grow plants and shit in your closet as if your closet is a greenhouse. You can grow plants anywhere. All you need is proper water, and you need a decent air and all that. You need decent lights. Like some people use fluorescent lights or whatever, or they use different colored lights in order to get more plant growth. Bottom line is this. The reason why there's been so much volatility is because marijuana has been illegal. Over time, it's being made legal. As it's made legal, you will see more and more biotech companies popping up trying to figure out new things to do with marijuana. You will see them popping up trying to figure out how to extract marijuana, how to sell it in a better way. Like, for instance, if you watch my video that I made about Denver, Colorado, it's called The Real Denver, and you'll see my name, Big Truck Series Review, under it. I went to Denver and I went to a marijuana dispensary, and you can see that they have chocolates, they've got edibles of other types, they got gummy marijuana, they got marijuana in just about freaking everything. Okay? So, basically, they have marijuana in just about everything. Now, the important thing to remember is that as marijuana becomes more acceptable, you will see that they'll be making more and more different types of marijuana. Like they'll have marijuana chocolates and shit for Valentine's Day. Like anything you can think of. They have marijuana vending machines, for God's sakes. They got hemp this, hemp that. The bottom line is this. If you get into marijuana while it's cheap, while it's penny stock, basically at these lows, like when you're talking about 0.0023 and you're talking about these lows, you can buy 10,000 shares of this shit. It'll only cost you like $20. It doesn't cost you that much. And the whole point is, if you spend less than $300 buying 10,000 shares of each one of these, for instance, if even one of them rises, and let's say it rises to $1, just like my blows off. I bought blows off at 15 cents, and right now it's $2.82. If even one rises, you win. So that's the important thing to remember. So if you look at my last video, you will see all the marijuana stocks that I recommended, and all you got to do is just look, and you'll see it. So anyway, I want to talk real quickly about cryptocurrency. One of the problems with cryptocurrency is that a lot of people do not understand it. They don't understand it, and they don't understand why it exists, and they also don't understand what it's for. I'm going to make this as quick as possible. Now, anybody who's been watching Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, if you remember during the Christmas break, I explained during the New Year that I felt that Bitcoin was being screwed with by the government, and because it's being screwed with by the government, the price of Bitcoin was going down and it was in a slump. If you watch my videos from the Christmas time, you'll notice that I said that. And I also said that I believed that Litecoin and Ethereum were probably going to rally. Ethereum has rallied to $1,274, pretty much an all-time high. Litecoin, if you haven't gotten into Litecoin yet, right now is the chance to get into Litecoin. Like, if you remember, I tried to get people to buy Litecoin when it was $100. I said, yo, take $1,000, buy yourself 10 Litecoin, 10 whole Litecoin, and just sit back. Sure enough, Litecoin went up to 380, and then it fell down to 252. Now, the question that some people are probably going to ask is, well, what's the reason why Bitcoin is sitting where it's sitting and Ethereum and Litecoin aren't? There's a very simple reason why, but in order to understand it, you have to understand what these cryptocurrencies are for in the first place. Cryptocurrency is basically designed so that you can transfer money pretty much anonymously using just the internet. It avoids money exchanging multiple hands and multiple middlemen. So basically, if you're in a country like Zimbabwe or something, you can bypass the entire central bank by sending somebody money in Bitcoin, which they can withdraw. Now, here's the problem with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now, people are buying and selling Bitcoin, and they're using it as a speculative asset. They're not using it as cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency means I should be able to change my money into a cryptocurrency and then get it to somebody else. The problem is Bitcoin's being used as a speculative asset. So what it is basically Bitcoin's become a Ponzi scheme. Now, there's some people who attack me and they're like, oh yeah, well, you weren't for Bitcoin in the beginning. The problem is I felt that Bitcoin, and I still feel this way, Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme. Why do I say it's a Ponzi scheme? If you try to put, let's say you put some money into Bitcoin, but you try to take out more than you put in, that by definition is a Ponzi scheme. Now, can you make money doing that? Absolutely, you can make money. Any Ponzi scheme allows early investors to make money. The problem is how you think about it. If you buy into Bitcoin, let's say you bought into Bitcoin at Bitcoin 10,000. You put in $1,000. Bitcoin rises to $19,000. You would have made about what? $900 profit or something, right? Now, let's say you pull out $1,900. If you put 1,000 in, but you pull out 1,900, everybody can't do that. So if everybody can't do that, then basically the early investors who are taking their money out, those people are pulling out more than they actually put into the system. If everybody tried to do that, eventually you're going to get a lot of losers on the far end because eventually everybody won't be able to do that. That's not what Bitcoin was designed for. Bitcoin was designed simply to allow people to transfer money. So here's the problem. Bitcoin's value has increased and decreased with high volatility. It's down like 20% for the last 2 weeks, 25%. Now, right now, while I'm making this video, you see it's 14,804, but a couple of days this week, it's been like low as 13. But meanwhile, Ethereum shot up past $1,000, $1,000. Right? So why is it that Ethereum's going up? Well, it's very, very simple. And you understand it when you take a look at some of these other websites that want you to use cryptocurrency to make purchases. The reason why is because Ethereum has a more stable value. And a lot of people have probably noticed that Ethereum's value has not fluctuated up and down like Bitcoin's has. So here's the problem. Bitcoin's value has fluctuated so much that it's not easy to use to price goods and services. There's been a number of online services, for instance, Steam, they dropped Bitcoin because they said, oh yeah, well, we can no longer price our services using Bitcoin. But the reason why they did that was because the value of Bitcoin had shot up astronomically beyond what they expected. So that means that each individual Bitcoin became worth so much money until at this point, it's no longer profitable for them to say, yeah, you can give us Bitcoin. So they said, no, we don't want to do it because the value keeps rising and falling so much. Ethereum had sat still for a while. Like if you look at Ethereum's chart, if we look at Ethereum's chart and you look at it for the year, Ethereum has been a lot flatter than Bitcoin. This is Ethereum over a year. This is Bitcoin over a year. And when you look at this latter half, how about we look at a month? This is Bitcoin in just 1 month. This is Ethereum in 1 month. Litecoin has been even a little bit more flat lately. But the problem is people don't want to trade in Bitcoin anymore because now the government's getting into it. They're fucking everything up. And the problem is the volatility of Bitcoin is making a lot of goods and services they don't want to trade with Bitcoin. That's the bottom line. The government itself is killing Bitcoin. Now, will this remain like this? We don't know what it'll be a year from now. We just don't know. So the only thing you can do is you can either be in it from a while ago or you could not be in it. If you have Bitcoin that you purchased like at 10,000, you're up. So you can sit there and you can just sit on it. Ethereum is going up. Ethereum's 1,274. After the rally over the holiday season, I knew Ethereum and Litecoin were going to go up because I figured after Christmas there would be a lot of people who'd have a lot of cash money and they'd want to put some of that into these things. But the question is, well, why isn't Litecoin going up? Right now, Litecoin is $252. Ethereum's set under $100 for a long time. And then once it started rising towards 500, it took a long time to break 500. All of this action has happened really within the last 3 or 4 months. I really believe that Ethereum still has more upwards motion to go, but Litecoin right now, Litecoin, if you had money to get into Litecoin and you didn't get in when I told you to get in when it was $100, you still have a chance to get into Litecoin at $252. Even if you put in $100, that's roughly half. So you'd buy like what, 0.5 Litecoins? If you have like 100, maybe $125, that's 0.5 Litecoins. If you have a little bit more than that, you buy one Litecoin, that's, you know, $252, you could buy one Litecoin, right? So if it even goes up to $300, at least you earn like $50 right then and there. But I really believe that Litecoin has an opportunity to go to 1,000. This time next year, I really believe that Litecoin will have gone to 1,000, just like Ethereum did, and will bypass Ethereum. Or it will be somewhere where Ethereum is, or at least it'll bypass Ethereum where it is right now. So if you are new to the crypto market, you don't know whether or not you want to invest, it all really depends how much you have that you're willing to invest and how much you're willing to risk. Ethereum has gone up, but it's still relatively low. When you compare Ethereum to Bitcoin, Ethereum's only $1,274. Bitcoin's $14,000. Now, you don't have to buy entire Ethereum coins. The thing about it is, $1,000 is a decent risk. But if you had $1,000, I wouldn't put it into Ethereum. I'd put it into Litecoin. And that's exactly what I told everybody to do back when Litecoin was $100. Had you done it when I told you, it would have rose to $380 and then it would have fallen back to $252. But you'd still be up $152 for every $100 you put in. So basically, that's all I really wanted to say. And I've been watching this very carefully. I've been watching my money increase and decrease and this, that, and the other. I've got like 2 or 3 portfolios because I like to spread my money around a little bit. But I'm setting up more marijuana portfolios and I'm buying in while they're dirt cheap. The total amount that I've invested into these marijuana penny stocks has been about $1,500 thus far. I've bought 10,000 shares of everything, just like I told you I was going to do. And that's it. So $1,500, that was nothing. That was 1 month of my YouTube checks. I usually make a little bit over $2,000 on YouTube every single month. So basically, if you're looking to start a portfolio, you could start with marijuana. You could start with some of the cheapest penny stocks in biopharma. That's probably the best idea for right now if you just want to get your portfolio started. But other than that, you may have noticed Ripple is down. Ripple has been down lately. And there's some people who are my trading partners, and they were talking about the fact that Ripple is down. And will it stay down? Well, I've said a couple of times, Ripple is down to 197. I believe the high recently was $3.15. Some of my trading partners have noticed that their Ripple is down. They went deeper into Ripple than I did because my problem is I like trading on Coinbase. I really don't like trading on BitREx and all these other BitWallet and all that stuff. I really prefer to trade just on Coinbase. So I didn't lose as much as they've lost. They've lost about $1, I would say, because this is 197. So they've lost about $1, maybe $1.05. Ripple is down. And the reason why Ripple, I believe, is down is the same reason why these other ones right here, Ethereum, is up. A lot of people have chosen to go over to Ethereum. But basically, as you know, I've been pretty bullish on most of these things. The only ones that I haven't been bullish on are the ones that are on these pop-up Chinese exchange things that I don't know much about or I haven't researched, because the problem is every single corporation is trying to get their own blockchain. So the problem is you have to be very careful who you choose to invest in, because some of these corporations aren't worth a damn. And then you have some of these corporations that are basically Ponzi schemes or pump and dumps, and they set up these blockchains and then they try to put a lot of hype into them, and you think they're cool, you think they're great, you think you can get in the very beginning. Problem is they're building you up so that they can sell all of their shares. So you have to be very, very careful about these blockchain, these startups that are treating their cryptocurrencies like speculative assets. These cryptocurrencies are supposed to be there so that you can transfer money around quietly and anonymously. They're not supposed to be treated as speculative assets, but the problem is that's how people are treating them. Ripple is fighting a legal battle with one of their partners. Yeah, Ripple and a lot of these other cryptocurrencies, you're going to notice that there's a lot of court battles going on around this because a lot of people are trying to use these cryptocurrencies to avoid taxes. Now, America's government is not fucking around. They're coming after you. And this season, you're going to hear a lot of stories. I guarantee you're going to hear a lot of stories about people getting audited over Bitcoin, and a lot of people have pulled out money, and you're going to hear a lot of stories about people who owe lots of money to the government. Like, I've tried to make sure that's not me. All the money that I've made, I haven't spent any of it. I'm waiting until April, and I got to find out what I owe, because the problem is for like every $10,000 you make, you damn near owe like $3,000 or $4,000. So because of the capital gains tax is like 20% or something, it's close to that. So the issue is I'm letting my CPA handle it. He can do the whole thing. He can handle it himself. And then he'll tell me what I owe, and then I'll hand him the check and everything. He can send it to the government, and then they can get off my ass. Because you do not want to end up owing the government this year, especially with this bogus bullshit Republican GOP force down the throat tax plan it's all bullshit. And then they're talking all this shit about they need 80 billion or some nonsense like that, 18 billion to 80 billion. They don't even know what the number is because they're trying to build a fucking wall. It's not going to happen. They might as well campaign on building a space elevator. It's not going to happen. They might as well campaign on building a teleporter to Mars. It's not going to happen. So bottom line is this. I don't know what this bogus bullshit tax bill is about, but I will know come April because I do my taxes in February. So once that's out of the way, then I can relax. I can go on vacation. I'm thinking about going to the Philippines, maybe Dubai, and maybe Singapore at the same time. So I can relax. I can get on vacation. I can have some fun. But up until then, if you were planning to put any money into crypto, I really suggest you skip Bitcoin, skip Ethereum. I suggest you go towards Litecoin because right now it's still relatively low. And that's my message for today.